Shooting film photography has been an absolute dream. It's been one of my favorite hobbies as of late. Film has a charm and magic to it that nothing else does. And in this video, I wanted to tell you guys why you should get into it in 2020. Hello everyone, so I hope you're all doing well. My sister got married yesterday, and so I actually brought along my film camera and got some shots. Oops. And I'm going to go ahead and get these developed. I'm super excited to see how these turn out, but I'm a little nervous because this was a 400 speed film, which is not crazy bright. We were indoors. There was a good amount of window light for the majority of the time, but I'm hoping that it's not too dark and we can still get some detail out of it. And I also have this disposable camera that I want to get developed. Shooting film is super fun, and there's just this nostalgic beauty to it that you can't really get out of digital photos. So whenever I'm traveling, I'll take one of these bad boys and put them in my pocket or in a bag or somewhere. And as a photographer, I'm constantly taking photos on this guy, but it's nice just to have something that's super casual and simple and something that I can do for the sake of photography. So if you ever want to get into film, this is a fantastic way because it's super accessible. It requires zero skill, but they're beautiful photos. You literally don't need to know anything about film and you can make great shots with these. And wow, this probably dates back like so far. So I'm not even sure what's on this, but we're gonna go find out. To the store. So that didn't go well. They're closed. Ugh. Alright, well, it's safe to say that that was a failure, but I did want to tell you guys that shooting film is so fun. I mean, I'm no expert at film, to be completely honest. I know enough to get by, but I definitely don't know as much as I would like. But the more that I learn about it, it kind of blows my mind. This is what people did before digital cameras even existed. In order to have any photos, you had to be a photographer. I think that's such a cool thought that anyone who wanted to document memories would have to understand aperture, shutter speed, ISO, what lenses to use, everything. I think we have it so good right now that we can just whip out our phone and boom, we have a camera that automatically does everything for us. But I think being able to experiment with film and just kind of get back to basics at least helps me appreciate photography as it is. So I'll just kind of simplify things and tell you the reasons why I like film. Shooting with film has made me a better photographer. When you have a finite amount of shots, you think twice before pressing the shutter. You're so much more thoughtful, you're so much more intentional, as opposed to digital, you can just spray your shutter around and probably get a decent shot. But with film, you have to calculate and plan and think. It forces you to be patient. And like I mentioned earlier, we live in a digital age where everything is at our fingertips and instant. It's called Instagram. And to put it frankly, I think you appreciate your photo a lot more. You can't see what you just photographed, which I think makes it that much sweeter when you do get to see those scans come back. Not only is film nostalgic for how it looks, but the process of shooting and getting these photos back way later is also nostalgic. From changing tactile reel dials, inserting film yourself, and then taking that in to get developed. It sounds like a very painstaking process, but I think that's what makes it such a sweet and rich experience. So I wanted to show you guys some of the shots that I've taken over the years, some with 35mm film and some with those disposable cameras. Film just has a magic to it. I cannot explain it, but it has so much charm and beauty in a way that only film has. And if you've ever shot film, you totally know what I mean. And I really hope that it will never be a dying art. And to be honest, it's kind of coming back, but there's just such a beauty to these photos. So if you can, I highly encourage you to get into it. You know, maybe you have grandparents that might have film cameras, or maybe you could go to some kind of thrift store or something. You could even find some used online, probably for around $100 or so. But even if that's out of the question, you can get a disposable film camera. They're usually around $10 to $15, so it's definitely something that you can get into if you want. Again, I just love the nostalgia of film. It has a magic to it that nothing else does. I think it's a beautiful art form, and it's really made me appreciate photography, and honestly, I think it's made me a better photographer as well. Are they perfect? No. Do I totally miss the focus? Absolutely. Do I get the exposure wrong? Probably most of the time, but the process of getting these is so worth it, and I highly encourage you to try it out if you can. I just kind of wanted to talk about how much I love film and how incredible it is, and encourage you to get into it. It's a great hobby, especially now that we have a lot of time on our hands. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it, and who knows, maybe we'll do a photo shoot behind the scenes completely with 35mm film. If that's something that you care about, please let me know in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.